Sorry for the length.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity to present our thinking on the budget. I am deeply honored and grateful for our able Prime Minister, our Honorable Finance Minister, and our Honorable Parliamentary Affairs Minister to give me this opportunity to speak on behalf of the budget. I am also very honored and grateful to the people of Hazaribagh and the people of India to give us this opportunity to serve the nation. And in that regard, I think that this budget is a landmark budget in providing a new direction and a new hope for the economy and the people of India. The Honorable Member of the Opposition has stated that this budget lacks direction, lacks an economic philosophy. And I must say that his understanding of parliamentary procedure and his understanding of economics is demonstrated by both the statements that he made in Parliament and his statement about economic philosophy. We confronted a very difficult set of economic circumstances when we rose to present the budget. The budget was presented in 45 days. The budget had to take into account some very daunting economic challenges that we had to put in context and that we had to address fully. And we also had to prepare the economy to be able to reach a sustainable growth trajectory of 8 to 10% a year, which is what the people of India need, demand, and we must deliver for them. We also had to address the concerns of our business people, of investors in India and around the world. This was the economic circumstances that we had to deal with. And I would implore the honorable members of this House, I would implore the business community to understand that what we've tried to do in the budget is not to play a T20 game. This is not a T20 game. Maybe the honorable member in the opposition thinks that we can solve all the problems that we've inherited in a short order of a few months. It doesn't work like that. The economy is a battleship. It's an aircraft carrier. It takes a long time to turn around the challenges and problems that we've inherited. This is not a T20 match. This is not even a one-day match. This is a 5-day test match, and the game has just begun. And I must say, this is before lunch, and we're doing extremely well so far. Another very important point to remember in terms of context is that 1/3 of the fiscal year is already over. Many of the allocations that you're seeing in the budget represent allocations taking into account the fact that 1/3 of the year is over. It takes time to get the government machinery working, and therefore this is a prudent and sensible allocation of funds to many of these proposals. The honorable member from the opposition desired to present many facts. And I will say about statistics is that what they can reveal is very interesting, but what they conceal is vital. So what did he conceal in his speech to us, our honorable members here in this House, Madam Speaker? What did he conceal? What he concealed was that they inherited an economy in very good shape, in rude good health, which is when the NDA departed in 2004. And what did they leave in return? What did they leave for the people of India when they departed? Those are the facts that he has not presented. They left an economy which today, among the major economies in the world, is doing the most poorly. GDP growth rate has plunged below 5%, which is the worst economic performance in 25 years. 2 years of consecutive below 5% growth. For an economy like India, which is in a demographic sweet spot, to have that kind of a growth rate is just scandalous. And I think you have to take responsibility for that. It is shameful that you have not revealed that. And in addition to that, you spoke about inflation. You spoke about Mehngai. You talked about prices. Do you know for the last 5 years, consumer inflation, that which affects the most vulnerable aspects of our population, has been running at 8 to 10% a year, which is higher than in any other major economy in the world? That is truly shameful. What are we talking about when you present your facts, honorable member of the opposition? You have to take responsibility for that. And that is hurting the most vulnerable people of this population. You talk about inclusion, and yet this is what you do for the people of India. I'm truly embarrassed with what you've done in terms of your economic performance. And that is entrenched inflation. Inflation that's been running for 5 years. But the reality is that if you look at inflationary price spikes, what happens to fruits and vegetables in the fallow period of the year, the July to September when we are between two crops? This is the time when we are seeing price spikes running in a way that is completely intolerable for the people of India. we have a situation where the prices of onions get to 100 rupees, 80 rupees a kilo. On the other hand, as we've managed these price spikes, we have kept through a series of aggressive and decisive actions, prices at 25, 30 rupees a kilo. This is what Achhe Din mean. This is the decisive action that is required in the economy. This is what you gave us. I cannot imagine how you can present that with any degree of pride and justification in what you have done. This is how we are managing. In addition to that, let's also recognize what the UPA did in terms of their monetary and their fiscal policy. We ended up in a situation where there were negative real interest rates. People lost confidence in investing in India and putting their money in the banks. Domestic savings rates dropped from 33% to 30%. People were hedging their savings through gold. Gold imports spiked up, leading to a current account deficit of 4.7%, and the rupee going to 68, 70 rupees. People completely lost confidence in India, and as a result of that, that crisis of confidence, the crisis among the population of India that refused to invest, the crisis among both domestic and foreign business people that refused to invest in India, that crisis of confidence, honorable members of the opposition, is why you are sitting where you are, and it's why your numbers are what they are, because the people of India lost confidence in your economic management. And that, Madam Speaker, is what we have restored with this budget. I have been in conversations with business people, domestic and foreign. I have been in conversations with investors, domestic and foreign, and I can tell you that our first and primary objective in this budget has been amply achieved, and that is to restore confidence in the government of India and the economic management of the government of India.
Yes,
we have achieved that.
Mr. Sinha, you can continue after lunch also, please.
Okay.
Now the House stands adjourned to meet again at 2 p.m.